Mr. Mninwa Johannes Mahlangu, affectionately known as MJ, and one of the first generation of MPs to be elected to Parliament in 1994. He was part of the group that drafted the Constitution and further represented South Africa with distinction internationally. To the friends, family, and colleagues of Sidi Madia, renowned journalist and broadcaster who stood as a beacon of integrity and a voice of reason, she was widely praised for her principled journalism, dedication to the truth, fairness, accuracy, and her patriotism. Legendary actress and soul of South African storytelling, Nandi Nyembe, affectionately known as Mam Nandi, whose career spans more than 5 decades. Jazz legend Brastompi Manana, whose trumpet carried the heartbeat of the people of South Africa from the streets of Sapphire Town to the world stage and became one of the respected trumpeters and flaghorn players. Anti-apartheid activist and former National Security Advisor to Nelson Mandela, Mr. Neil de Beer, who contributed immensely to the history and politics of our country through the various roles he played in a number of formations. Entrepreneur and founder of the popular black-owned craft beer brand Soweto Gold Beer, Dumiso Madlala. May their souls rest in peace. On congratulations, Cabinet extended its congratulations and well wishes to Akani Simbini for finishing a very close second in the men's 100 meters at the 2025 Diamond League final in Zurich. Joanne Duplessis for finishing third in the World's Javelin Throw at the 2025 Diamond League final in Zurich. Tristan Lawrence for winning the Omega European Masters Golf Tournament in Switzerland for the second time in 4 years. Springbok women for reaching the quarterfinals of the Rugby World Cup for the first time in their history, and we wish them well as they face France on Sunday, the 7th of September 2025, and we are calling all South Africans that on Sunday we are all dressed in the Springboks women colors and we support the Bokke as they go out to face France, and we are rooting for them and rooting for their victory. We want to congratulate the organizers of the Scorpion Kings live concert for achieving a sold-out concert on the 29th of August, which drew a record of 50,000 fans, and South Africans, old and young, did not sleep, and who thought that when you go to a jive music festival, you also go to church at the same time. We are South Africans. There's no DNA, just RSA.
Thank you very much, Minister. Minister, we want to also thank you very much for moving the post-cabinet briefing from the usual Thursdays to Friday in honor and recognition of the departed soul of one of our stakeholders, Sidi Madia. Thank you very much for that. Colleagues, let me first invite questions in the House, and then we will go to questions online. The drill is the same. I'll see by way of hand, we'll recognize you, note, and then we allow you to speak. Minister, it appears in the House we are all fine. I will check. No, there is a hand I hear your voice. Yes. You can press the knob there, and then when it's red, then speak.
Can you hear me?
Thank you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Right. So just perhaps would like to hear from the Minister. She's just spoken about what happened in the municipality that's just been put under administration. Just perhaps a comment on local municipalities and being put under administration, and perhaps just in terms of how municipalities are expected to actually work.
Thank you. Introduction?
Sorry, Nobile Madlala from Newsroom Africa.
Thank you very much. Let me see if there is any other question. I'm not sure, Minister, if we can take also just one online question. Thank you. Online question, probably you can put it off. Tagalani?
you, Mr. B. Online so far, we have two questions. One is aligned to the municipality in the Northwest that is put under administration from Natasha Perry from the SAPC. And the question is, will Cabinet also intervene in the Ramotsiri-Muirwa local municipality also in the Northwest? And we have another question from Paul representing Bloomberg, and the question is, has China agreed to postpone the BRICS naval exercise? Thanks.
Thank you very much. Minister, those are the two questions that we have online. So I would request that, Minister, you might answer the questions, and from there on, Minister, you might assist us in closing the briefing session unless there would be some follow-up questions. Thank you very much.
On the question around China agreeing to postpone the naval exercise, was there such a request that there must be a postponement? On the intervention in whether the government will intervene in Ramotsiri-Muirwa municipality, the interventions, how it works, it starts at the provincial government. I'm sure you've seen the statement from the Northwest Provincial Executive and the MEC responsible for local government support on the work they are doing around Ramotsiri-Muirwa. And on the specific, you want the specifics of how the intervention works. If we take you to section 139 of the Constitution, it tells you the nature of the intervention that you do. I'm quickly trying to open that section of the Constitution. And we're intervening in terms of, should I read you the full section or should I just go to subsection 7 for you? The subsection 7 says, because the provincial executive intervenes at a particular point, when their intervention does not go far enough or they do not have enough constitutional powers, then the national government takes over. So that's what the intervention is meant. We are going to then send a team to then manage various sections of the municipality. That team is coordinated as per the statement by the Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs and the National Treasury. And then, but other departments that are required in terms of their functioning will have to go in as well, whether it's water, human settlements, all the functions that are done by that municipality, the teams will come in to then support that work. That's how the intervention works, to make sure that we can then move towards stability of council, because the interventions are not just for the politics, they are for service delivery, to ensure that the residents of that municipality continue to receive the services, the municipality continues to fulfill its obligations, and therefore they cannot be hamstrung by the challenges of council. So we want to make sure that's what the intervention is made for. Similarly, in Ramotsiri-Muirwa, the provincial government intervention is done for that. I've just been alerted that the Department of Defense and Military Veterans has issued a statement with regards to the naval exercise of China that they were working on together. So you'll have to go to the Department of Defense and Military Veterans for that question. It was not part of the cabinet discussions. Thank you very much. And I'd like to take this opportunity. I'm being told there are 2 more questions. Is it online? I'll stand here and get the questions read to me.
Thanks, Minister. The question that follows comes from Cindy Sontawat from the Gauteng network. Is on the National Freight Rail Network, and the question is: can you elaborate on how the introduction of new train operating companies will address the current challenges facing the rail network, and what specific benefits can be expected for the economy and job creation?
And the second one?
I seem to see this one. I can't see another question.
This is from Kokezo Pasha from the IOL.
Okay, the question is from Kokezo Pasha. On the point of a new gold mine in 15 years, will this mine prioritize local processing of this gold through to create a chain of employment opportunities, or are we going to continue witnessing the exploitation of the country? How long is this mine licensed to operate for?
Thank you. I will not know how long it has been licensed to operate for. In terms of whether we'll process gold locally instead of exporting, you'll recall that the country has approved the critical minerals strategy of the country, which prioritizes beneficiation at source or closest to source. Therefore, as we move forward, we are prioritizing not exporting stone, rocks and dust, but exporting finished or semi-finished products. So the priority is to beneficiate at source, but the other details you can get from the mining company themselves directly. On the national rail, on the introduction of the new companies, you'll recall the statement, the briefing by the Minister of Transport, Minister Barbara Creasy. But what happens is that you'll recall the major issue that we've had in our freight and logistics that caused us a challenge was that we did not have enough cargo wagons to rail the ores from various corridors to the point to their destination points. The introduction of these companies means that then a private investment will bring in that investment to make sure that there is enough wagons to move the ores. But secondly, their participation will also mean the investment in the maintenance and upgrades of the line. You have remembered that we have had challenges of derailment either through poor maintenance, but also through theft and vandalism. So parallel to the work that we are doing of getting more investors and participants, is also dealing with the criminality around the rail network infrastructure. And that on its own makes sure that you can then have an improvement in the tonnage that is moved through rail. And as we have indicated in the statement, the country is targeting to move 200 million tons by 2029. So you see a steady increase towards that 200 million tonnage, because they're going to introduce more players and more participants. They've indicated that from 2026 27, which starts next year, these participants will bring in an additional 20 million tons on the rail line, which is an improvement from the current numbers that we're sitting on. But linked to that also is the removal of trucks from the roads. You know the major damage that the trucks do on our roads, but also to decongest the main roads as the cargo will start to move towards the rail movement instead of road movement, thus protecting the infrastructure upgrades in there. So that is what this work is going to do. So it improves the efficiency. It means the ability to move more and effectiveness and respond more. It also improves the investment in maintenance. It also opens the economy more for more goods to move across the economy through the rail infrastructure. Thank you very much. Those were all the questions that we had. Thank you very much. I want to wish you a very good weekend. Those of you traveling across the country, in particular in the major routes, there are congregants who are traveling to Moria for the annual Kopano or annual conference of the ZCC Church. ZCC churches, both the St. Agnes and ZCC. So we plead with you to be very careful on the road, to take your time. You cannot be in the rush. The congestion is high. Work with law enforcement and traffic officers on the road to keep within the speed limit, because the travel time is going to be longer given the congestion of the buses going to Moria. We request that when you are tired, please rest so that we can reduce the number of accidents on our roads. And to the congregants of the ZCC and the St. Agnes Church, we wish you a happy and successful conference weekend. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Minister. Thank you very much, Milambo. And the session is adjourned. Thank you very much. Which phone is this one?